Paul Pogba's return to Manchester United in 2016 was meant to be the start of something special. He was the most expensive player in the world at the time, costing United a staggering €105 million from Juventus. Fans expected him to be the heartbeat of the team, the midfielder who would bring the glory days back to Old Trafford. But instead, his time at United was filled with inconsistency, controversy, and frustration. So just how bad was Paul Pogba at Manchester United? Was he truly a failure? Or was he simply let down by those around him? Let's break it down. Before we talk about how bad Pogba was, we need to understand why the expectations were so high in the first place. At Juventus, Pogba had become one of the best midfielders in the world. 34 goals and 40 assists in 178 games for Juventus. 4 Serie A titles in a row, 2012 to 2016. 2015 Champions League finalist. 2016 Serie A most assists leader, 12 assists. At just 23 years old, Pogba was already an elite midfielder. He had the complete package: strength, skill, passing, and goal-scoring ability. Manchester United saw him as their missing piece, someone who would dominate midfield for the next decade. But what actually happened? Before we talk about how bad Pogba was, we need to be fair. He wasn't always terrible. There were moments of brilliance, especially in his first 2 seasons under Jose Mourinho. 2016-17, 9 goals and 6 assists, Europa League and EFL Cup winner. 2017-18, 6 goals and 12 assists, finished second in the Premier League. 2018-19, 16 goals and 11 assists, named in the PFA Team of the Year. His best season came under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in 2018-19, when he scored 16 goals and was United's top scorer in the league. But despite these bright moments, Pogba never lived up to the hype. His inconsistency, attitude, and injuries made him one of the most frustrating players in United's modern history. The bad. Pogba's biggest problems at Manchester United. 1. Inconsistent performances. One of the biggest criticisms of Pogba was his inconsistency. One game, he looked like the best midfielder in the world, dominating the midfield, scoring long-range screamers, and creating chances. But in the next game, he'd be invisible, losing possession, making poor decisions, and failing to track back. Fans never knew which Pogba would show up. His best games were often against weaker teams, while he disappeared in crucial matches. Unlike midfielders like Kevin De Bruyne, who performed week in, week out, Pogba was unreliable. 2. Constant injury issues. Another major problem was injuries. Pogba spent more time on the sidelines than on the pitch, especially in his later years at United. Here's how many games he missed due to injuries. 2019-20, missed 40 games. 2020-21, missed 17 games. 2021-22, missed 19 games. In total, he missed over 100 games due to injuries. For a player who was supposed to be United's main man, missing that many games was unacceptable. 3. Poor defensive work rate. Pogba was often criticized for his lack of defensive discipline. Despite being strong and athletic, he was often caught out of position, leaving his team exposed. Defensive midfielders like Casemiro, Kanté, and Rodri are always focused and disciplined. But Pogba was different. He preferred to dribble and attack, leaving his team vulnerable. This made it difficult for United to control games, especially against top teams. 4. Off-field controversies. Pogba's time at United was filled with drama, both on and off the pitch. Constant rumors about leaving United. Public fights with Mourinho. His agent, Mino Raiola, constantly criticizing the club. Instagram posts and interviews hinting at an exit. One of the worst moments came in December 2020, when his agent Mino Raiola publicly said Pogba wanted to leave just before a Champions League match. It was clear that Pogba was never fully committed to Manchester United. 5. The failed Pogba FC experiment. For years, United built the team around Pogba, signing players like Nemanja Matic 2017 to give Pogba more freedom, Bruno Fernandes 2020 to improve creativity, Cristiano Ronaldo 2021 to give Pogba a world-class striker. But no matter how much United changed the squad, Pogba never delivered consistently. Eventually, fans and even the club lost patience with him. By the time Pogba played his final season, 2021-22, his United career had completely collapsed. He missed half the season with injuries. His performances were terrible. Fans booed him off the pitch. He left United on a free transfer. From being the world's most expensive player, he left United for free, twice. A truly disastrous ending to a disappointing spell. So, just how bad was Paul Pogba at Manchester United? Paul Pogba was not the worst player in United's history, but he was one of the most frustrating. Moments of brilliance. Won some trophies, Europa League, Carabao Cup. Had one elite season, 2018-19. 2. Inconsistent. Injury-prone. Poor defensive work rate. Too much off-field drama. Left United twice for free. Was he a complete failure? No. But considering his price tag and the expectations, he was a massive disappointment. Had he stayed injury-free and been more focused, could he have become a United legend? Maybe. But in the end, Pogba's United career will always be remembered as a case of what could have been.